belief we have because of the science or physics and whatever they're reading in the classes. You being an accomplished individual in the education, like in all your studies, your career, I want to ask you 3 points. What influenced you in joining this mission, and what made you follow this belief system, so they can get inspired, or they can get something.
You want 3?
3 or top 3 or top 5. That is something it's short.
It's like an exam paper. Somehow figure out 3 points.
No, the reason being 3 came is you have been mentioning all 3 points, right? In your lecture,
okay.
3, 3, 3. I said, okay, give us top 3. I mean, I know you did, he did passed out through IIT, which is one of the top-most educational institutions in the world. And also you did something here in US, PhD in computer science. Something has motivated you to do this. And
maybe help the kids out.
Yeah.
I have to restrict it to only 3, right?
No, you
There is no restriction.
There are multiple points I can share. To summarize, its purity and clarity. Whatever goes on in the academic circle or in the corporate circle, it's all driven by their own selfish agenda, and which doesn't have, which is very or whatever agenda that is being carried by them, they are very myopic in nature. They do not have like a far-reaching vision. How does it connect with the overall human mission, and so on and so forth. So when those kind of facts are presented in a way which is very scientific, especially by Srila Prabhupada, then things just click so much, that yes, this is the mission of life, and you can see that when you are walking the path, you are seeing the tangible changes happening in your own life, and that gives you a lot of faith. So as much as there is faith required in the in acceptance of a spiritual path, a bona fide spiritual path, similar kind of faith is also needed in science. I'll give just 3 points of faith. So in scientific field, the 3 elements of faith that are involved is, number 1, the basic laws. They are simple in nature, and that's why they look for this unified theory, trying to combine everything. They want to write down an equation in their t-shirt and move about. This is how you can represent how the world is created. That's their aim, because the first assumption that they carry is that everything, the laws fundamentally have to be simple in nature. The second assumption that they carry is that not only the laws are simple in nature, but they have to be quantifiable. Right? Quantifiable meaning you can put down in physical terms and write down in equation form. It's an assumption, big leap of faith. And then not only that, the laws that you are discovering or inventing, they are applicable at all time and all place. In the sense, for example, they will do a laboratory experiment in your setup. What is the guarantee that whatever you have found is going to be applicable in outside the laboratory setting? Assumption, right? So there is assumptions involved. So that's one, that it's also filled with assumptions, and therefore you need to have some amount of faith to believe that. Because what happens, if something is not quantifiable, or something that you cannot even observe, because something that is quantifiable, you are dependent on your senses to observe, and then you are creating different instruments just to broaden the precision of what you are observing. But what if those things are not possible to be even accessed by a physical instrument, and they interact with your physical laws, how are you going to deal with it? It's going to be a complete failure. And that's why there are many, many areas where science is not understood properly. It's all dark matter. 96% dark matter, not understood. So those who are really leading in that domain, those who have are in the frontiers, they have sufficiently seen the deficiencies of science. So if you ask, for example, Einstein, if Einstein were to come here, he's not going to say like, I have understood everything. He will say that the more I have seen to science, the more I find how tiny I am and how little we know. That's the realization he's going to speak. But from the layperson standpoint, it sounds like, okay, science is fantastic. So it's something which can just like give us anything and everything. That's a myth. That's the faith that the common persons are carrying. That's called complete blind faith in science. So actually there is blind faith in science, but we do not have proper faith in scientific process, which is also scientifically provable by applying. Just like Prabhupada would use this common idea, like what makes the process scientific? When the experiments have repeatable results. When you conduct the experiments again and again, it should give the same results. So you can see how many devotees got transformed around the world. How many people's lives have completely changed. Those people, like in 1960s, government was spending like so many dollars just for like getting them quit the abominable habits of like taking drugs and so on and so forth. Just by coming in contact with Srila Prabhupada, not only that they are quitting drugs, they are completely changing a lifestyle which is unimaginable for those who are not taking drugs. Like waking up early in the morning for Mangal Aarti, following 4 regulative principles. When they see that those people who were at some point in time breaking all the regulative principles and completely like change their lifestyle, it's a miracle. So why not have faith in these like living proofs? So there are a lot of evidences. That's what I'm trying to say. And the more the proof of the pudding for us is in really tasting it, which means that we ourselves have to try out. When we try out certain things, we will see some tangible results which are repeatable, and therefore the process is scientific. And now there are some couple of distinctions now I would make, like the different approaches that are taken in the scientific research versus so-called scientific research, or whatever is known as science in this world, and the approach that is taken in a spiritual discipline. Those who are imparting the knowledge in the spiritual discipline, they are meant to be cent% pure, which means they are immaculate in their character. But if you try to see the character of the individuals who are glorified for their achievement in the scientific field, it's questionable. So why do we have this hypocrisy of like not being able to put our faith in those individuals who are like completely free from vice, completely free from all kinds of disqualifications, and at the same time we are ready to like just submit our life or surrender our life to these personalities whose characters are questionable? Why do we have this hypocrisy? So this is there is one difference between the personalities who are leading on the spiritual discipline and personalities who are leading in this area. Characters, big difference. Then second is that for understanding this scientific work, if you want to like really go into deeper and deeper, you really need to like have some basic background to even understand what they are speaking. But in the case of devotional life, even a kid can chant like and get attracted to Krishna. It's an easy process. So why not try it out? In one case, it's such a difficult route to even like go down the path in understanding what scientific experiment they're conducting, what is their goal. It's just so complicated. Why not just take the simple process and just try to keep our life simple and be joyful? Another thing is that the experiments that go on in the laboratory, they do not make any difference in our lifestyle. But in the case of the spiritual research, let's say we take up chanting, the different process that we conduct, they have direct effect on our life. And this is one big difference between the two approaches. In one approach, whatever things one is doing, it doesn't touch the life. It's completely irrelevant. In fact, one just becomes more and more mechanical in one's lifestyle. But in the other case, whatever we do, it changes our character for good. It transforms our consciousness. So which is more promising? So it's just because of the mercy that I have received from some devotees who have played key role in giving me the necessary training, that I have got this faith and getting all the necessary impetus to move forward. Otherwise, like, yes, I was also like bewildered and rebellious soul. Still, like, it's not a rebellion has gone away, but it's progressively getting diminished. Does that help? I don't know whether I covered 3 points.